So it looks like my assumption of SMCI's weakness when reporting earnings was correct. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I appreciate you guys being so patient. Many of you guys know, I'm traveling here in Europe, so I haven't been uploading 2 videos every single day. I'm going to try to get better, just of course, due to the time change, it's a little bit more challenging to accommodate. Nonetheless, I made a video and I made it very clear before I left to Europe, and it was about SMCI. SMCI had up until February 25th to actually report its earnings that it was given an extension on. And if it didn't, it was going to have a negative catalyst on it because it was possibly going to get removed off of the NASDAQ. It got a NASDAQ delisting notice, which meant that if SMCI wanted to stay listed on the NASDAQ, it had to abide by the rules of pretty much reporting on time. Now, I wanted to show you guys exactly what this meant. This wasn't the first time, and it seems like based off of what they shared and what I shared in that video, it isn't going to be the last time. I made it very clear. If you guys pay attention to SMCI, leading up to it filing for earnings, it went from lows of $25 per share, and it just went parabolic. I mean, it increased more than 100%, the growth, within a very short period of time to highs of $66. So I want to talk about the good, but I also want to highlight the risk of what I shared. And feel free to watch that video. Just because I said something doesn't mean that I always expect it to happen. My focus is always mitigating risk and looking out for beginners. When I see that there's an overbought stock that might be overhyped, I'm never afraid to talk about it. Am I right 100% of the time? No, but I don't think that I should ever apologize for focusing on risk management. You guys let me know down below. With lows of $25 to overall highs of 66, this thing increased over 140% in just a few days. And it wasn't because it reported earnings, it actually didn't. It was because it was expected to report earnings. And the really funny part about all of this is there's a very notorious quote that goes by the rumors, sell the news, which means that you buy the rumor of the stock that's possibly about to report earnings, and that's why it's going up. But by the time that SMCI actually reported earnings, it pushed up, it didn't make new highs, and then sold off for the remainder of the day. It does not surprise me. What SMCI actually ended up reporting was not good. If you look at their actual earnings based off of what they were expected to report and what they actually reported, it has not been good. And you guys can see this here. And please, I always encourage you, do your own due diligence. They reported an EPS of 53 cents per share, which was a big miss. And then their overall revenue to be of $5.4 billion, which was also a miss. Supposedly right now they're projected right around $14 to $15 billion in annual revenue. They're expected, I don't know how, they think that their AI demand is going to skyrocket so much that by 2026, they're going to get to $40 billion. And in my opinion, this is where companies can get in trouble. When they set expectations so high, they pretty much factor that expectation in right away. And then when they don't meet that expectation, the stock comes crashing down. And let's be very honest, SMCI is no stranger to crashing. It's gone from highs of $122 after its stock split to lows of $20. So volatility is within SMCI's name. They also, and I encourage you, look into it. Don't just take my word for it. I'm not here to convince you. When I made a video about SMCI, I highlighted my concerns. It wasn't just like, oh, I think it's a shit company. As I've said many times before, I actually said in that video that I actually don't think SMCI is a terrible company in the way that it produces revenue. It does produce, supposedly, if its accounting is correct, billions of dollars of revenue. That's very impressive for any company. But it just seems like it's not being ran properly. How is it that a publicly traded company worth billions of dollars doesn't have the ability to file on time? And this isn't the first time, it isn't the second, and it won't be the last. If you look at their 10K filing, and I shared it within the video, I encourage you, do your own due diligence. They disclose that they might have continuous accounting issues in the up and coming future. Their CFO is going to be stepping down and looking to be replaced. Like, there seems to be a lot of internal issues with this company. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that it can't fix itself. It just isn't doing it right now. And with market conditions getting tougher, it doesn't allow or give the environment for companies like this to thrive. It's very easy for companies like this to do exceptionally well in a short period of time when things are incredibly bullish. But when reality is beginning to sink in, when Trump is beginning to talk about tariffs, when inflation is beginning to go up, and when the average American cannot afford nor food or rent, then again, no one cares to invest in these bullshit companies that are simply not actually providing. And I think that's the part that we've really been able to notice the past few days, where I wanted to make it very simple. When I talked about this stock of, everyone, if you've seen on x.com, everyone that shared their opinion, I don't want to say everyone, but a majority of people, they said this stock was going to skyrocket. Although it already went from $25 per share to highs of $66 per share for no reason. They said it was still going to skyrocket, that it was going to go to $100 or $500 per share. Mark my words, is what a lot of them said on Twitter. And then again, a few days later, it goes from highs of 166 to lows of 41, losing 36% of its value. Maybe for our crypto bros that are used to losing 30 to 50%, it might not seem like a lot, but for the stock market, that is an insane amount of loss. It lost more than 1/3 of its value within just 3 trading days. That is not safe. Extreme volatility comes with great responsibility, and in my opinion, as of right now, SMCI is not a stock I would want to invest in. It's a stock that I would prefer to trade, meaning that if I view it to be cheap, I would buy into the lows and sell into the highs. Or if I view it to be overbought, if I'm comfortable with it, I would open up short and make money as this thing sells off. It is just so incredibly volatile that during this time, I just don't see SMCI to be a safe play. And if conditions get worse, as we've seen, not just SMCI, but overall market conditions have not been the best. And if that continues, we cannot be surprised that if the markets continue to sell off, these companies have a lot more selling pressure to present themselves. From highs of right now of $41, the cheap can always get cheaper, and I always share that with my LPP team. Previous lows, it offers another 35% of potential downside if things continue to get worse. And again, look into it for yourself. The most important thing about SMCI is that there's just the weakness within the company. With what's going on with geopolitical tensions, with the overall markets pulling back, with AI finally beginning to have some form of bubble-like qualities, SMCI does not seem as safe or as a convicted play as it originally once looked like. And this is where the uncertainty really begins to present itself. So you guys let me know down in the comment section. I mean, this is just one of many different stocks that have become incredibly overbought within a short period of time and that have come crashing down. MSTR is another one. I don't want to compare MSTR and SMCI to PLTR or TEM or HIMS, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Markets have been incredibly inflated, have become incredibly overbought, and during these times, one of two things. You're either incredibly bullish, thinking markets are going to recover, and then at that point, you have a lot to choose from safe companies like Nvidia, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, to maybe more volatile companies like SMCI. If you think markets are going to recover, then maybe buying the dip could make sense to you. But again, if this tariff tension continues to present itself and geopolitical issues continue to happen, a lot of more of volatility can continue to present itself. So right now I think is where I would take it day by day, but don't get me wrong. If you want to buy now, please be my guest. You're an adult. You can do whatever it is that you want. But I think now is a very important time to pay attention to what the market is doing. If things are not getting worse, then maybe markets can recover. But don't be surprised if things do get worse. And then in that case, we can definitely make new lows. I would rather take it day by day than buy in early and then just hope for the best to happen. I'm super excited to follow up. You guys let me know down in the comment section what stock this week you're most excited to either trade or invest. Do you think markets are going to go and recover, or based off of the looks of it, do we think that they're going to continue to sell off? Let me know down below. I hope to see you for our live trading session, and if you ever want to watch me trade live, that's that second link in the description down below. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and of course, designed for complete beginners. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.